stranger. I'm surprised to see any friendly faces out here. Did you meet any Covenant soldiers on the road? There's a small force of Covenant soldiers in a camp to the northwest. I can feel it in my bones. They're planning a flanking attack. I need to get back to Fort Arend and ready the recruits there for a possible skirmish. Shore's bones, you're a brave one. If you can make it out alive, put steel or spell to the commanders in the encampment. They're the ones most likely to have a copy of their orders. Then head for the gates of the fort. Travel to the northwest and look for Covenant activity. Find out why they're here and what they're planning. Go swiftly and go carefully. We train troops and store provisions here. Why the Dark Elves built a fort against the mountains, I'll never know. What's it protecting? The mountains? Dunmer. I'll never understand them.
Remembered.
Captain Hjorm. I'm not sure. I saw the captain approaching, then felt a sharp pain in my head. Captain, I'm not sure. I saw the captain approaching, then felt a sharp pain in my head. I think I heard a footfall behind me before I went down. When I came to, he was dead, and our attacker was gone. Assassins? Captain Lari should see this. She's in the command post, the largest building in the fort. Report to her, and I'll spread the word to the other troops in the fort. We need everyone on guard and watching their backs.
Well met, my fine Falar. I am Captain Lari, commander of the forces stationed at Fort Arrand. We're primarily a training outpost. I had to put the recruits on alert with all these Covenant troops nearby. What do you have there? No. Dumak, take those fetches. Hjolm, my best officer, is dead, and these plans say Aknara is here. Of all the... We're not prepared for Aknara. Not even slightly, Traveler. Let's talk. These Suit assassins are stealthy and dangerous. They'll probably be practically invisible with all the places to hide in here. We need to shed some light on this situation. I have just the thing. Blinding light flasks. The flasks are upstairs. Use them near the walls of the fort. I expect the killers will be lurking there. Strikes from Shadows is leading a group of our more experienced troops. Meet up with him at the tower to the east when you're done. Falar, you'll find the flasks of blinding light upstairs. Use them to reveal the assassin infiltrators. Put an end to their plans. Fort Arrand was built a long time ago, atop a set of Daedric ruins. I think the ruins were a prison for some fetching Daedra. Bevek, who can keep track of all that ancient lore? The fort is out of the way, so we use it to train troops. A few years back, a fetching big Aldmeri army invaded Hammerfell. They sacked a town and established some fortifications. They sent messages home, and the elves sent a shipload of reinforcements. The Red Guards were quaking in their boots. Not as such, Falar. The Dominion made a mistake, you see. They took captives from a Red Guard ship they managed to get offshore from their new holdings. That night, one of the Red Guards broke free and murdered every lost elf aboard. That's what they say, Falar. Over the next few days, a bunch of Aldmeri troops in the fort disappeared. A Red Guard army rolled up to the fort, but didn't attack. It just sat there, stopping the Aldmeri from escaping Aknara's venom.
the assassins now feeding the earth with their blood and bone? I was ambushed. Warm-blood assassins do that. They hoped I wouldn't reach these tunnels and discover the roots of Aknara's plan. They died with that hope unfulfilled. You'll notice many Covenant troops about. I'd bet my birth mud she's opened the reinforced cap that sealed these tunnels. Clearly, she plans to lead an army into the fort from below. Long ago, this place was built to imprison Daedra. See that floor plate below the door you came through? There are 5 of those. When they're all active, a barrier will rise and imprison those within. No, there's an exit to the surface behind the final plate. I activated the first one. Activate 3 more on the way to the last chamber, then meet me by the final plate.
Roll if you can! Maybe we can add that to the list of things I can beat you at. Problem, Sarah?
Aknara ambushed us. She used a flask of blinding light to stun us, then ran back through the door behind me. Were you able to activate the plates? Good. I'll activate this last one. Once I do, the other barriers on all 5 will harden like a shell. While I do this, you must slay Aknara before she slithers away again. Bayam chased after Aknara. He'll need your help more than I do. Look for him. I'm sure he's wounded, if not dead. Once this is done, use the trapdoor atop the bluff. It leads to the command post below.
enemy is this way.
Have you dispatched Aknara? That piece of Enchao? Ha! My fine Falar. Well done. I'll see your name is not forgotten. Aknara, however, will be forgotten. The Dunmer reshape history to serve their needs. I'll remove any mention of her actions here, and I'll purge all records of that vile assassin. Captain Hjorn lost his life bravely defending the fort from that Covenant scum. He cut down a score of them, but eventually succumbed to his wounds. That magnificent fetcher will be missed.
Alright, don't cry for mummy. Give a girl a hand. Where in Shaw's name did you come from? Never mind. Get me out of these ropes. I've tied myself up for fun. What does it look like? I've been captured by orcs. Cut me free. I've got an idea for getting back at these pig-faced snowbacks. Much better. That's one I owe you. I'm angry at myself for getting caught by these milk drinkers, and I hate that. I owe them a debt. Want to help me thwart their little invasion of Morrowind? In fact, I do. The orcs are carrying kindle pitch. I could smell it. Probably to burn elven houses. Kill some of these snowbacks, collect their kindle pitch, and throw it at their torches in the supply shacks. It'll be fun. I'm going to scout around and figure out our next move. Meet me at the huge gates after you set the supply shacks on fire.
My head. You can see me, outsider. I beg you, help me. My followers and I came here to investigate a great magical disturbance. We were ambushed and fallen upon by Kralak Ravortag. an orc necromancer. We were captured, we were beheaded. Kralek used some foul necromancy to bind our souls to our skulls. Mine sits upon his dark altar. The skulls of my followers were spread among the orcs, their souls to be used as slaves. He tortures us and torments us endlessly. Yes, that just might work. Find the skulls and bring them to Kralek's altar. We may be dead, but we still have power. We can pull Kralek to you. Yes, outsider. Other than Kralek, you're the first person I've spoken to since the beheading. I was a priestess of the Tribunal. I came here with a group of 6 other priests to seek the source of a terrible spiritual disturbance. What we found was horror. Kralek Gravortag is practicing terrible necromancy in this land. He studies a new art to bind the souls of the dead to morbid fetishes. We became his latest experiment. Kralek is cunning. For an orc, the spell can't be broken as simply as that. Killing him is the only sure way.
Why must I suffer so?
Now we strike back.
Try breaking free!
Sweet relief.
Can never have enough of that.
Keep your guard up until you've got your footing.
For Daggerball! High Rock and Hammerfell!
They're coming for us.
What? I'll add your skull to that pile, meddler!
Kralek is dead, and our spirits are free. We are free. Go in peace with our blessing.
To run away? Well, no, I guess it wouldn't. Maybe they should try that.
Look at the dancing flames. Did you get them all? Good. These orcs will be sorry they took me captive. We Nords appreciate a nice warm fire. Those Covenant banners are a source of pride to these louts. Destroying them would be a blow to their morale. I think you should burn them. Then here's the finish. Kill their leader Gruznak, the Impatient. If there's one thing an orc can't resist, it's a challenge. Blow the Great Horn by the gate. That'll bring him out. Meanwhile, I'll go find reinforcements. When you go for the banners, watch for the guards on the towers. Skiva calls himself Gruznak the Impatient. I guess these orcs consider recklessness a virtue. Can't say I think they're wrong. Just be careful. I hear Gruznak is one tough hawker.
You know, I like to think I'm agreeable.
Who dares to challenge Gruznak?
you, but now I'm going to.
For the Covenant. Rock and Hammerfell.
Maybe I should have joined the buoyant Armigers.
Ah, you're back. What did you discover? Let me see what you found. Covenant mercenaries? You've done well to bring this to me, Traveler. I'll make sure this news reaches Mournhold.
Ah, blood and fire. Now that's what I call a happy ending. Sure as stones, you did it. These troops heard the horn blow and came running from Narcissus. With Grusnak gone, we can sweep up the rest of these orcs in no time. You've got a heavy hand, friend. I like that.
Vex them for some competition.
There are many spectacular rewards that a crate could contain. You can view this excellent selection by previewing a crate. Why not? This one recommends that you purchase. Farewell, my good friend.
Still here. Resting.
Davon's watch would have been overrun if you hadn't been there.
Some people don't like the bustle of cities, but I come from a big family, so it reminds me of home.
So many people.
My wife has disappeared, but the guards refuse to act.
How terrible. I heard Slips Through Fingers lost her egg sister.
We never should have left Eastmarch.
What's that noise? Rats! They have the plague! Run! Open the windows! Out of my way! Don't let them bite you!
It looks like the rats are moving in. I appreciate your help in this. Now no one will get hurt. Those people just want to see their friends and families again. But I don't want them to get hurt. Calling the guards will just make the situation worse. I got the information from my contact in the group. Report back to the kin house. I'll meet you there. I'm going to retrieve a key that you'll need. And keep this quiet, alright?
Any sign of Giron or Ralden? That's good news. I also heard from my associate, Nariu Virian. We may have finally gotten a few breaks in this sordid situation. Nariu told me you found a note at the Morborn camp. That might be a link to the creator of the Lodos Plague. This drastically changes our stance on the situation here. I care only about a name and a location. Such information brings me closer to fulfilling my current contract. Because of this, I've decided to offer some assistance. I'll gather the House Hlalu guards and follow you. Whatever you find, the guard will be there to back you up. Now go. Find your ally and save the Counselor. I'll catch up with you soon. I'll gather the guards and follow in your path. Now go. Find your ally and let's finish this. I've been here for weeks, playing the political games common to all Dark Elf kin houses. I've decided I hate such games. But you'd be surprised what you can learn if you just stand back and listen. Giron isn't our target. We're after the one who created the Lodos Plague. I decided to reach out to you and provide a modicum of aid. Your actions may lead me to the one I seek. Right now, I'm your very best friend. Work with me, and we'll make sure Narcissus isn't destroyed by the Maulborn. Well, they're certainly not the altruistic organization they pretend to be. It's definitely a militaristic cult, but who controls them is still unclear. I'm sure they're connected to this Vox mentioned in the notes you discovered. No idea. We're still working on that.